Let's get it. Now, one of the more ridiculous things that I saw during the Sister Wives Tell-All is actually something that Kody had to say with regard to Janelle and how she treated him. How she treated him like a piece of meat. I mean, could you imagine a wife or a husband finding their spouse attractive? Why would that even be a thing? I mean, after all, Kody tried to keep this platonic relationship going as long as he could. I mean, he was only with her romantically for almost 30 years and had 6 kids with this woman who apparently he feels like he's been used physically by. It's such a ridiculous notion that this is the fact that he tries to bring out during this tell-all to try to demean his wife, this woman that he's been with, and more to the point, the mother of his children. If you are with somebody for as long, hell, if you're with somebody for longer than a weekend, you should be sexually attracted to them on some level. That's just the way I'm thinking about it. Maybe I'm crazy, maybe there's something wrong with me, but if I was with somebody, and especially to the point where I decided to marry this person or purport that I was married to this person, I would hope that we have some chemistry going on in the physical department. Like I said, maybe I'm nuts. What's also funny to me is that Kody has placed so much emphasis on the physical attraction he had towards Robin. And now because he's so physically attracted to Robin and so in love with Robin, she could be the only person that he's actually attracted to, even though he has 13 other children with 3 other women. And you can't tell me over the course of 30 years that you've only been with these people 13 times. And if we're going to keep that all the way a stack, all the way 100, and all the way honest, let's be completely honest. With the 13 children, the only receipt that those 13 children actually provide, and even if you include the other 2 children that you have with Robin, the only receipt that's available is that Kody had a good time. Because you can make a child and the lady not have a good time in that equation. But every time a child is made, that's a receipt that the guy had a good time during the course of that. Whether it was 5 minutes, 5 days, or 5 hours, it doesn't make a difference. Now, before I get into it, because you know I pulled some clips and I put some things together just so we can talk about it and refresh our memories as to what happened. Go ahead and give me that thumbs up. Let a player know that you like what I'm doing. Come on, y'all. Plus, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? It's easy to do. It might not be a big click to you, but it's a huge click for me. So go ahead, give me that subscribe button. Ring that bell for notifications. You will be notified when I upload content just like this. I want to upload maybe 2-3 times a day, but I want to get you guys input on it. So leave a comment down below if you want me to upload more. Also, on this channel, we call that the HBO special. So help a brother out. Click the subscribe button, ring the bell for notification. Now let's get it. Now, as I'm watching this, like I said, the whole ridiculous nature of where Kody is, and even Robin is to try to put these ladies down for everything that they do. Every time they turn around, they did something wrong, and anything that they do is wrong and it's offensive, and I'm so insulted, and I can't believe they did it, and oh my goodness, who does this woman think she is, trying to have relations with her husband? Oh my God. And at the same time, Kody will go on Mormonism Live and talk about the natural relationships between men and women and hypergamy and how women should only want to be with their husbands. And these traditional women are messing things up because they are more aggressive and so on and so forth. But you can't ignore the fact that this is what you guys chose to do as a couple. Now let's take a listen to what Kody has to say after he watched the whole, I have nice pecs, and I have the washboard abs, and all of a sudden Janelle is attracted to me because I'm so sexy and I'm so fine. Let's take a listen to what he has to say after that, because he had to clarify what this meant, the thing that we all saw him say. So let's take a listen, and I appreciate the fact that Suki kind of came after him and tried to nail him down at the end of his little rant.
When you say your humanity, you mean your vulnerability?
Right.
That you just felt that you were there to be, what, a physical boy toy?
Like some pool boy.
So you just felt like a resource? You just
I
felt like the
a piece
good-looking
of meat.
Like in what way? You have to explain what that means, because I don't know much about your relationship with Janelle.
Yeah.
Did you just have Did you guys just have great sex?
And the bad part about it is he doesn't want to admit that they had like a mutually beneficial, if not exciting, bedroom experience. He doesn't want to admit that, because anything he says to that effect would be somehow dampening or destroying or decaying his relationship with Robin. One of my favorite parts is when Suki gives him some pushback about what he just said. So you saying that you weren't... that she was using you? Yeah, she using me for my body and my resources. What resources? You didn't have any resources when she met you. You were broke. You guys went from living in her house to living in a trailer, and you moved her all around the country between her and your other 2 wives that you had at the time, Mary and Christine, and you didn't have anything. You relied and depended upon one another. If anything, you were the one that was bouncing around each of the rooms. So it's not as though she was seeking you out or chasing you down. If anything, it might have been exhausting because you had 3 healthy women to satisfy. So yeah, maybe it did seem like kind of exhausting, and maybe you were putting in a lot of back time. But guess what, bro? That's what you signed up for. That's what you signed up for. If you take the monogamy route, at least you only have to satisfy one person. Now, depending on the person, maybe it'll feel like 4 or 5 people, but at the end of the day, it's one person, as opposed to having 4 or 5 people who may have high or low drives depending on them and the time of day, time of month, time of season, what day it is, what's going on, what the events are. Hey, maybe you came home and you did some laundry, you washed the dishes, and she saw you mopping that floor and saw your booty swinging and said, you know what, we gotta take a break, let's get some rack time in. You don't know. But that's part of being in a relationship. And one of the funnier things to me is that they try to make these excised moments where they try to separate out these parts of the relationship and use them as rocks that you're throwing at these women, as though they shouldn't feel this way. They should be ashamed of the fact that they're somehow asking or demanding that their needs be met, whether they're physical, emotional, spiritual, whatever the case may be. How dare they ask for anything from their husband? Oh my gosh, what are we doing? That's why the country is falling apart, because apparently these women's got it in their heads that they're people. And that's insane to me. That's completely insane. And if you take it to the next step, one of my favorite parts of that entire clip is when Suki asks him about what he's saying. So what you're saying is, you guys were having, was it great sex or whatever? And then all of a sudden he starts burying his head. And starts playing with his watch. I'm starting to think that based off of the last tell-all, that's kind of his tell when he doesn't want to talk about something. All of a sudden he starts playing with his watch. But dummy, you're the one that brought it up. You're the one who mentioned it. Suki didn't say, hey, what about your, let's talk about you guys' personal business, your intimacy levels, etc., etc., etc. You're the one that brought that up as not even a subject matter. You brought that up as a slight to try to embarrass Janelle and try to demean her and say that she somehow isn't holding up her end of the bargain. Somehow she has a shoddy view of relationship and marriage. That somehow she's using you. There was a song not long ago called Use Me. And this is an oldie. This is an oldie but a goodie. And in that song, it's basically describing this guy who's being used by this woman. And his friends and his brothers are trying to tell him that, this woman is using you. And he basically said, look, I don't care. And one of my favorite lines of the song is, it said, brother, if you only knew, you wish that you was in my shoes. She can keep on using me until she use me up. And when you get that good kind of love, you don't give a damn. Man, she taking all your money. It's mine to give. I can't wear shoes because she balling my toes up so tight. I don't care. So that's where I am with that. Now, finally, I want to just drop this one clip that I put together. I'm going to make these a little shorter so I can put out more content. Hopefully you guys give me the thumbs up that you'll watch more content if I put it out. Just let me know down in the comments below. But check out this clip that I put together to talk about Janelle's reaction, which tickled me to my soul, but at the same time hurt my feelings. Let's take a look.
Hey, I got to say something. They've missed something there.
What did they miss?
The great pecs and the six-pack abs was all about the fact that Janelle has always seen me as a physical specimen and as a resource, and not ever really dove into my humanity.
Stop it. Get some help.
You like his pecs? God, could you believe that? I was like...
Stop it. Get some help. Look, what hurt my feelings about that whole thing, just as a guy, like, I understand, I go to the gym, I work out, I try to improve myself, you know, and as a guy, if your lady is like, yeah, what about, you know, are you attracted to his body? And she laughs like Janelle laughed, not talking about like just giggles or like, ha, yeah, right, but if she like belly laughs, and then laughing with the Suki's on the couch, laughing her ass off. That's just a bad look. That shit will hurt your feelings. I know Kody's at home. He got the sour grape face, like he just ate a bowl of lemons. His face tight as hell. I mean, he like a Sour Patch Kid. Dude, like... And Janelle had to laugh so hard, she had to apologize. Like, you know how bad that is when a woman laughs at you and she have to apologize? Oh, is he tearing your back out? And I feel like when I saw it, I laughed because Janelle was laughing, I laughed. And maybe I shouldn't laugh at Kody, but then I should. Because again, this is something that you did to yourself. You sat there and made it sound as though she was using you for the opportunity, using you for the marital relationship that you shared with her and for years have purported to share with her. In fact, it got to a point where you went down to your state house legislative body to protest and tell the government that they should recognize your marriage, that they should recognize this relationship. And now you're singing a different song because she chooses not to be with you. This, my friends, is a test of your character. Because if Kody went down there and he believed so heavily in this situation, then you should believe in this situation. Especially since you basically won the money game that you were playing. So you shouldn't be insulted at the fact that these women chose to leave. Because you chose not to spend time with them. You chose not to nurture the relationships. You chose not to treat them like they were your wives and give them all the wifely attention that you promised to give them. And so because you made the choices you made, they had to make the choices they made. And now you find yourself in a situation where you're trying to label them and shame them, basically slut shame them, for wanting to have the relationship that you all agreed on, you big dummy. Look, if your woman finds you attractive, that's a bonus. That's a plus. That's what you want. You want your wife to come home and see you with your t-shirt on and your shirt off. And you know, she get that magic feeling. You want that to happen. You don't want a situation where you find yourself in a position where you begging for it all the time. Please, baby, please. Come on now, it's my birthday. It's the anniversary. It's Christmas. Can I do something, please? Like, you want that attention. You want that attraction. Let me know what you guys think down below. This is My Take. I'm James. This has been My Take on Reality, and I'm out. 'Cause I've been living life right like I